Going on, guys? Today we're going to be doing a in-depth video on how to create a Facebook ad. So I'm going to be taking you guys through the process start to finish. So it's going to actually be like an in-depth video. So those of you guys who are not interested in running a Facebook ad, you already know how to. I'll see you in the video tomorrow. But those of you guys who are interested in actually like how we create our Facebook ads, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm on facebook.com/business. And then we can go ahead and click start now, which will take us to the ads manager for Facebook. And now here we are in the actual campaign dashboard. So we're showing two campaigns that we have running right now, our one for amstransfers.com and the Platinum Plus leads. So these are the actual leads for AMS Transfers Plus that we've been running. That's what we're going to be creating the new ad for in today's video. We're going to be using the Platinum Plus leads campaign. So within this actual campaign, we have two different ad sets. So that's kind of how Facebook works. You have the campaign at the top level, followed by an ad set. And the ad set in Facebook is what actually sets the budget for all of the ads within that given ad set. And this is also where the conversions are going to be tracked too. So a lot of the heavy lifting and configuration stuff is going to be done in the ad set. But then there's also below that, the like third layer, which is the actual ads. And of those, you can have unlimited numbers of ads within a given ad set. And all of these different ads will consume the same budget of that given ad set. So I know that might be a little complicated, but let me just go ahead and take you guys through and I can actually show you rather than just trying to tell you. So we're going to also put another ad inside of this ad set here. So this is a different video than the other ad set. So within this ad set, let's go ahead and hit the create button. And that's going to create a new ad within the actual ad set that I was showing you. That's also, again, remember, within the Platinum Plus leads campaign. So let's go ahead and give this a name. The thing that I'm going to be testing in this actual ad is going to be a call out at the beginning for the people that I'm targeting. So that's just what I titled this given ad. It's nice and easy for me to remember. And there we go. We are now in the actual ad creation settings here on Facebook. So this is where we can do a bunch of different things. We have our actual name and the identity for which we are going to be posting the ad to. So we're going to be using our Facebook page, AMS Manufacturing and Printing, and our Instagram at ChooseAMS. Make sure you guys are following or give us a like on Facebook. You can also link your Threads profile if you happen to have one, and then you can add your branding so that all of your ads look consistent across all of the platforms here. We don't usually do that because we like testing a couple of different things to see what works. But feel free, if that is something that you already know works for your company or brand, it's a pretty good option to make everything look consistent. But here in the actual ad setup, there's a couple different options. You can create a new ad, which is what we're going to be doing today. But if you did have an existing post on Facebook or Instagram that you wanted to promote, you can do that. Or you can use the Creative Hub mockup, which is all of the uploads, images, videos, things that you have uploaded to the actual Facebook Ads Manager itself to kind of hodgepodge a new ad together out of that. So yeah, like I said, we're going to create a new ad for today. This multi-advertiser ads checkbox, I am not the most entirely sure what this means. From what it's worth, I have been keeping it checked for all of the ads that we have ran in my business. Let me know if you guys have any more experience on what that actually kind of does. And then here we go. Keep on scrolling down. We have the destination. So this is where we're actually going to be sending the people who click on our ad, the website, the landing page, whatever it is, the place where we want the people to click to go to after clicking the ad on Instagram or Facebook. So for me, I already have it pasted or copied on my clipboard. I'll go ahead and paste that there. And by default, when you do that, Facebook is going to pull a couple of different information from that given link. So it's going to pull the image that is associated with it, the title, and a couple of other links that it might have found on that page. So we'll change a couple of those things later on. But for the display link, this is going to be this link right here. And this is just something nice. Usually you want to make it pretty. We'll just do amstransfers.com, make it nice and simple. As for the browser add-ons, this is something that, again, you can choose to do if you don't want to. We usually do none, and we're going to do that today. But if you wanted to add a call button, add an option for them to message you, Instagram direct message you, or message you on WhatsApp, you can do all of those options. You can also do an instant form, which is where they actually fill out the form, enter their information on Facebook or Instagram. They don't have to leave the app or anything. From my experience personally, that can lead to some lower quality leads. One, because Facebook pre-fills all of the information. So if they've filled out a form before on Instagram or Facebook, it remembers it and all they have to do is hit submit. So it's really easy and fast for the person to give you their information. And that can be good or bad, depending on really what you're looking for. So if you're looking just for reach and getting the most possible leads that you can, that can be an effective strategy. But if you're looking for high quality leads, ones that are actually likely to convert and to do what you want, that might not be the best option. So for today, we're going to do none. And you can also do an instant experience, which is where it's kind of like an AMP page of your site where Google or Facebook kind of compresses it to make it super fast loading on mobile and optimizes it for mobile experiences. So like phones and tablets, all that. You can also do a Facebook event where if you have an event running on your Facebook page, you can have them join it and come to it, whatever it is. So keeping things simple today, we're going to do none. As for the ad creative, this is where things get interesting. So for today, we're going to do a video ad, but you can do images as well. For the video, it's pulling in that URL that we want to send the user to by default. So this is also going to pull in what they call site links, which are just links that Facebook was able to find on that page. Again, from my experience, this hasn't been the highest quality. So we're going to go ahead and remove these and try again with different links. They just aren't the best quality links that we could be showing the person on the ad. We want them to, because they're going to see these things front and center. Like, as you guys can see here on this preview, these are going to be almost as noticeable and prominent as the headline on our ad. So we want to make sure that these are relevant to the person, to the ad, to the copy on this ad specifically, all of these things. So let's go ahead and upload a video. We'll touch the site links a little bit later, but you can do that now. You just go ahead and delete these and then add some new ones as you want. You can also upload a thumbnail. But for the media on this ad, I did tell it that I wanted to do a video. So let's go ahead and upload a video. I have one here on my computer. And we'll go ahead and let that upload. Facebook does allow us to continue to start writing the text while that finishes up. I have the text and the headline all figured out already. So I've been using Google Gemini to create the ad copy, kind of tune everything, go back and forth and figure out the best things for the clients that I'm trying to target. Feel free to just write them yourself if you feel like you have the better experience to know exactly what you're trying to say. But give these AI things a try if you haven't already, because you can get some pretty solid options from them. And it just is nice to brainstorm, go back and forth, and get some new ideas, a fresh perspective that you might not have considered. And especially when you are writing ads and you're getting the word out about your product or brand to people who we've never seen you potentially, considerations that you might not have thought of are really important. And it's just nice to have that perspective that you can get from AI tools. All right, so I have my headline. I'm going to go ahead and paste that in. And for the primary text, this is where you can usually include like 2 or 3 paragraphs of text. And for this, I'm going to go ahead and go with that for my primary text. Facebook wants you to use these Advantage Plus creative text generations. These are just AI versions of what you just posted here. And they're just testing a couple of different slight things. Your ads stay fresh and they don't get stale. And they just keep on trying to refine them so that they can get better click-through rate. But from my experience, you can't tell necessarily what makes a good headline, what makes good primary text if you do enable these, because it's just like kind of doing what it wants, right? So for my experience, we do just test one thing at a time. So we test one headline, one primary text, and one description. And then we try and find a winner among all of those different ads. So we'll run different ads given one headline, primary text, and description. and then we'll try and find which ads are performing better and then give that one more budget or turn off the ones that are not performing. So that's the strategy that we go with. Feel free to give them a try. Facebook does say that it gets you a higher click-through rate, but it's just at what cost, because you don't know what is actually working and what your customers are actually resonating with. So as for the description, you can usually do about 1 or 2 sentences. You don't want to make these too long. And then they also give you the option to add a call to action. So for my specific use case, I think I'm going to do apply now, but there's a bunch of different ones. Feel free to look through all of these and choose one that works the best for you. And then we can just continue. These are the AI enhancements. Feel free to go through them and turn them on as needed. But that's going to basically be all of the meat and potatoes of how to create a Facebook ad. So we can see here that now we have our videos generated. We have our text, our headline, everything is showing here on these previews. And that looks pretty good. I like the way that the call out is looking. That's the thing that I'm actually testing, is that first little 3 seconds right there. And I'm pretty interested to see how this ad actually performs. So this is the other thing. Amongst all of these ads that I have here in the actual ad set, there's very slight differences between them. So between these 3 ads, the main difference between the one that I'm creating right now is this sign right here, the call out that I call it, where I'm actually just putting it in text rather than saying it in verbal words, the people that I'm looking for. So that's the one difference between these other 2 ads. And then the difference between this ad compared to this one is that I just don't say my name in the intro. So it's just very slight variations that you want to try and test to see what works. You don't want to make such big differences, because then you don't necessarily know what to keep and what to throw out. Again, these are all just the tactics that we do. Feel free to let me know in the comments if you guys do know anything better that works, but we can keep on moving down. We got a lot of the hard work done with actually getting our media uploaded. Now I'm just going to confirm the call to action. I want to do apply now. When you do set up the media, you saw that I had to select it. I think that would default, but I'm just going to select it here as well. Keep on scrolling down. You can run it in different languages if you so desire. As for the tracking, this is where things are going to get really interesting. This is where you're going to really want to start paying attention if you haven't been already. But yeah, this is where, again, you're going to want to make sure that you have your ad set conversions set up correctly. So the ad set that you put the ad in is going to inherit all of the conversion settings from the ad set. So looking at the ad set, we can see that our conversions are set up to target website leads. So it's going to be targeting leads generated through our website using our AMS Transfers Plus pixel. So we have a Facebook pixel installed on our website that basically tracks all of the people that Facebook sends to our website through the ads. I have a conversion event set up so that when a person visits a specific page on my website and they came from an ad, Facebook will then register that as a conversion. So the way that the person gets to this page is only if they were able to book a demo, and they're only able to book a demo if they get qualified in the form. So we have conditional logic set up in the form to only allow them to get to the demo booking page if they answer yes to a couple different steps in the flow. So they can't get to the even booking a demo page unless they've been qualified. And then once they book the demo, we send them to a specific page on the website that nobody else has access to unless they've booked that demo. So that's how we're able to tell Facebook, okay, this is a conversion. This person did what we wanted to. Go find more people like this. So that's what conversions events are. They're insanely important to having everything optimized, tracked properly in your Facebook ad setup. So make sure that you guys get the time to set this up correctly, because it will pay dividends in absolute terms on how much you can actually make back if you have your conversion set up properly. If you don't, you're honestly just throwing money into the ether. Facebook will gladly take as much money as you give them. So make sure that you have your conversion set up and optimized. You want to make sure that you're tracking your conversions. Just because you have a pixel installed on your website doesn't mean that you have the conversion event set up. I can't emphasize this enough, guys. But scrolling down on the actual ad set, we have our budget here. And then Facebook does make it nice and easy. They love to show you how much more conversions you could get if you just simply give them more money. So feel free to do with that as you will. But that's going to do it basically for the ad set. Let's go back into the ad and we can just finish things up and make a couple of different changes. So one thing I do want to highlight is this alert up here in the actual ad placements. So if we click that, Facebook is telling us that our ad is not going to deliver to 2 placements, and those 2 placements being the right column and the Instagram search results. And that's because those are only allowed for images. So if you remember, I uploaded a video, and since I didn't upload any sort of backup for that video, it's not going to be able to serve this specific ad for those given placements on their platforms, which if that is a problem for you, you can edit it and then you can just upload a backup. So you can upload a image and that will run in that given ad spot. So always has the visibility wherever they are on the platform. Feel free to do that. These are not the most important things that we're looking to target. So we're just going to go ahead and leave it off. That still leaves us with 23 different placements. And most importantly, the feed and the reels are all good to go because we did the vertical video, but everything else is all set up for us. All we have to do from here is just confirm everything, make sure everything looks good to go, and we can hit the publish button. So now Facebook is actually going to publish this ad, and this is going to get the ad out there to be reviewed. So Facebook does take the time to review all of the ads before they actually start serving it to people on their platforms. This takes anywhere from like 45 minutes to sometimes like 6 hours. So just allow for that and just give it the time. There's nothing really you can do during this. It's going to take the time that it takes. And anytime you do make a change, so you update anything within the ad set, the ad, and you have to republish it, it is going to have to go through that review period. So just try and keep that in mind whenever you are making changes. But that is basically through and through, step by step, how we create ads for our business. Let me know if you guys do anything differently. Let me know if you have any strategies that work for you, or if you guys want to see something else a little more in depth. Comment down below. I would love to make that video for you guys. But for now, that's going to do it on this video. Hopefully it's been helpful to those of you guys who don't really know your way around Facebook ads. I know that for me, trial and error was one of the best things, just taking the leap. You probably have to give Facebook a little more money than you expect. So again, just try, see what works for you. Don't give up if things aren't working. Just try and keep making little tweaks and refinements and seeing what does work. But again, guys, hopefully this has been helpful. Get subscribed. I'll see you in the next video.